Welcome to First Person Defender, where good guy role players come face to face with unknown attackers in real-world scenarios and fight their way out. Each episode of First Person Defender features a situation straight out of real life.
Call the police! Let's go to gun!
This is First Person Defender. In this episode of First Person Defender, an EMT finds himself set upon when a domestic dispute at the store escalates.
I'm Nathan from Santo, Texas. I've been a firefighter EMT for now about 2.5 years. Just wanted to help serve my community. Had the opportunity to. I knew they needed people, and so that's what I've been doing since then. I knew I wanted to carry a firearm for personal defense. When I started shooting pistol, when I got comfortable with it, started carrying the day I turned 21, and I have been ever since.
Anybody that has the brains to be a firefighter and an EMT has got to have something. And Nathan has that something. He's got will, he's obviously got intelligence, and being a firefighter and a paramedic, you have to be a situationally aware person. So I think that's going to lend a lot to his ability to perform in these scenarios.
As far as self-defense and tactical training, firearms, I don't have a whole lot of experience in that. A lot of range time, but not a lot of practical shooting, on courses like that.
We've got a relatively standard scenario set up for Nathan. It's going to be inside of a general store, like a stop and rob type of area, but we're going to have it seated and filled with a lot of role players. So there's going to be a lot of bodies in there. So he's going to have to be concerned about angles of fire, who's in danger, who's close to him, who might be an accomplice. All this stuff is no doubt going to go through his mind.
Not exactly sure what to expect, know there'll be some curveballs thrown there. So just enjoying it and looking forward to seeing what the scenario is.
This force-on-force training uses Simunitions, a non-lethal alternative to live ammunition. The camera crew wears yellow shirts and are considered to be invisible to role players.
Hey, how you doing? You coming in to get something today?
Yes, sir.
Busy lunch hour, busy lunch hour.
Oh, do you have the Gunzilio now? I do have the Gunzilio. Great, let me scan that. Okay. 20, oh good, okay.
I could have sworn I heard your wife tell you to get the protein kind and not just any old kind of Nature Valley, but I'm just saying.
Anything else?
Yes.
Okay. All right. There you go. Here's your bags. Have a good day.
Is that cash machine still working, or are you still having problems with that?
You know what? You should be good. It should be working. Hi. Hi, is this all?
I think so.
All right.
Ma'am,
Yes.
you got Tylenol? Ibuprofen?
Oh, pharmacy? You want to check over in the pharmacy over that way? I'm not sure.
Michelle, I told you I didn't want you working here anymore.
Why are you in here?
I told you you can't work here anymore.
I have to.
No, you are not allowed to work. You need to be at home right now.
I have a restraining order. You're
Go
not even
home.
allowed to be in here.
Go home.
You're not allowed
I don't
in
want
here.
you working around these people. Go
You're
home.
not allowed to be in here.
Get home. Go
No.
home.
No.
No.
You're
Don't
not-
tell me no. I told you not to work here.
I don't.
Get home. I'm out of here.
Index. Index. Tell me what you saw. What was going on?
Confrontation was obviously happening, didn't want to get involved. Escalated quickly, went to draw my gun, didn't fire. I was hoping he was just going to move on and not just come after me.
What made you want to pull the trigger right then?
When he started hitting me with the bat. That was an immediate threat to myself, needed to end that threat.
Did you do anything to distance yourself from the confrontation?
I did not.
Okay. Because what I saw was you stood there, you moved slowly, you seemed disinterested, and then you slowly drew your gun out of the holster. And that's when he started whacking on you.
Gotcha.
If you took a baseball bat upside the side of the head, could that possibly be deadly force?
Yes, it could.
Okay, so distance is your friend against a baseball bat. Of course, a gun is handy, but at that close distance, a baseball bat to the side of the head.
Should have put some more distance between everything.
Okay. What else went through your mind? Because after that went over and I called index, after he hit you, how many times? What were you thinking at that point?
I'm screwed. That's it. I'm over.
Have you ever practiced malfunction clearance drills?
I don't think so.
Did you think to tap and rack and get back into the fight, or defend yourself with one arm and maybe try it?
I didn't.
Oh my God, there were so many things here that I could focus on and train on, because we're going to do this again. It's going to be a little bit different, but I want you to succeed.
All right.
Crimson Trace makes a whole host of lasers. One of the coolest things they make are their rail-mounted lasers, and this is the Railmaster Pro. What's neat about it, or different, is that it combines a laser and a light together. You can use both, or you could use one or the other. And if you have a modern defensive pistol, like this Taurus PT-111, and it has a rail on it, you can mount it right on there. This is a great addition to any carry gun, defensive gun, or especially that nightstand gun, something you keep in your home where you might have to investigate something that goes bump in the night. All right, so Nathan, the first thing that we had a problem with was we got out of the fight because the gun didn't work.
Right.
All right, now that was our problem. All right, that gun didn't work when we gave it to you.
Right.
Okay, but it doesn't mean that your gun will work all the time, because sometimes you get a dead primer. In what we call this tap rack. So the first thing I do is, if I have a gun that doesn't fire, this has got an empty chamber right now. If I press the trigger and nothing happens, I tap to make sure the magazine's seated, and then I rack it violently to get back into the fight, and then I get back on my target and I go again.
Okay.
That would have been one of the things that might have helped. Although with that gun, it wasn't going to help. He comes in here and he starts getting crazy and he's talking like this. If I'm even this close to you, it's one step. I'm one step away from swinging and taking your head off. Okay? As soon as you see this stuff going on, this is getting crazy in here, you better start moving. You better start backing up. All right? And a better angle, a better way to be going would probably be going towards the exit.
Gotcha.
Think about it. Now, everybody that was in here was scripted to kind of look at it and leave if they wanted to. A lot of people, most people, and a lot of people in the world are going to just sit around and they're going to watch what's going on, aren't they?
Yeah,
like
I did.
Yeah, and they're going to videotape things because they're interested in what's going on. You need to be concerned about your safety. Now, there's three things that are important, okay? If I come in here, stand where you're at. If I come in here and I pick up this baseball bat and I'm just going, damn it, Michelle, I need you to get home. You see this happening? Do you need to shoot me right now?
No.
Right. Why?
Because you're not an immediate threat to myself or anyone else.
All right. I'm not within swinging distance of anybody right here, and everybody's clearing out, and I'm yelling. So what could you be doing right now?
Creating distance. I might go ahead and unholster my weapon.
You might.
But I don't need to be shooting at somebody.
Right. Say I walk in here, and this is a guy standing here, and you're there. Damn it, Michelle, I told you to get home. Bam! And I knocked that guy out. Are you going to hesitate?
No.
Why?
Because he's already put somebody out, going after somebody else.
I've got the means. I'm close enough to my opportunity, and I've already demonstrated my intent.
Right.
To cause harm and commit violence. All right? Distance is your friend. Create distance. If you can get out, that's fine, but you're not going to get out and leave your wife standing over here, are you?
No.
No. What's going on in your mind? Tell me right now. It's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah. Had a lot of range time, but not shooting on the move. Things that are going to happen in real life.
Right.
Not,
There's a big difference between discharging a firearm in a safe direction and training.
Yes, absolutely.
I come in, I pick up this baseball bat, you hear the commotion, Hey, Shell, didn't I tell you not to be in here? I told you not to be working today. Yeah, you sure as hell better start stepping. Yeah. This guy better start stepping, but the problem is, I don't even care about this guy right now. I just want to argue. Where are you going to keep? You going to stand there and watch the show?
No.
Yeah, no. Get moving. Get to hightailing. Move to cover. Do something. Do something, but don't stay. Because if I change my focus, I told you to get out of here. And I look over and I see you staring at me, I might say, you're next. Create distance. Be a quiet professional. Back up. You don't have to draw, because if you make a furtive movement, a real fast movement, like I might get my gun, man, I might step and just smack you. Right. That was your one. You got your one. No more screw-ups.
All right.
First Person Defender is brought to you by Springfield Armory, DoubleTap Ammunition, and Crimson Trace.
We had a little snafu in the general store with Nathan. Unfortunately, the gun we gave him didn't go off when he needed it. But it's not completely impossible for your gun to not go off when you need it. So understanding how to deal with a malfunction or malfunction clearance is really important and should be part of your training. Today I want to talk a little bit about tap rack for clearing a failure to fire. To set it up, it's really quite easy. What I'm going to do is, I'm going to take this pistol, I'm going to close it on an empty chamber, and I'm going to put a fully prepared magazine in it. So when I come out with this gun, it's going to go click and not bang. The way I deal with that is going to be by tapping on the magazine well to make sure that it is seated into the gun. I'm going to rack it aggressively to make sure that I clear out if there's a bad round in it or load a fresh round. It'll look something like this. I'll give myself a command of go. Go! Let me tell you about what can cause this. Say you don't seat the magazine all the way and you rack the gun to chamber it. A round may not go in the chamber because the magazine was loose. Something else that could cause it would be potentially knocking the gun out of battery, and it stays out of battery as we put it in our holster. Then when we come out, unless it gets pushed back into battery, it may not fire. Our hands on the gun, especially on these smaller guns, can cause those kinds of malfunctions. So learn what it is to do a tap rack, seat the magazine, rack the slide, get back into the fight, and practice it next time you're at the range. A big concern with gun owners is, how do I keep my gun out of the hands of my children or other people? Well, Liberty Safe has the Liberty HD 200 Quick Vault. It doesn't get any easier than that. A great way to keep your gun secure. And you may not be worried about your kids touching your gun, but you gotta worry about their friends when they come to your house. So Liberty Safe makes a quick and easy vault. They've got multiple sizes, and I'm sure you can find one to meet your needs. For the second scenario, we are gonna up the ante. What we're gonna do is we're gonna have Nathan be in that same store. It's gonna be the same agitated customer, except his intent is gonna be much more violent. And Nathan is gonna have to make some tough decisions. So, lunchtime. Busy, after you.
All right. Okay, another, okay, thank you. Is this gonna be it? Yeah. Okay. All right, hold on, I'll get that.
You in line?
No, go
Try
ahead.
to scan that, Dundilio.
Is that a coupon
It is.
on the phone?
It is, yes.
Does that really work like that?
Yeah,
That is
it's
so cool.
amazing. Young Dealio. And then I got my frequent shopper card from
Got it. Okay.
All right.
All right, anything else?
That's it.
Good to go? All right, here you go.
Thank you.
Well, that's good.
I don't know.
Have a
First
good
time
day.
trying.
Really?
I've heard a lot of good things about those. I think it's most of the guys from like.
Is there a line here?
Michelle, are you here still? Get home.
No.
Go home.
No, you have a
Go
restraining
home.
order. You can't
I don't
be
care
here.
what I have. I told you I don't want you in this building around
Listen.
all these people.
Get
out of here.
No.
Go home. What are you filming me?
No.
You filming me, dude? Michelle, that ain't the door. Man. Hey! Hey! Where are you? You shooting me?
Holy cow, man. I saw what you did. You okay?
I'm fine. Call the police
Called police?
right now.
Okay, all right, I don't have a phone. Who's got a cell phone?
What happened?
All right, call 911. Let them know there's been a shooting. Well, you want me to tell them anything?
Tell them somebody got shot. Attacked another person. We need
Okay,
EMS.
you want me to tell them anything about you or?
Tell them I'm wearing a green shirt. I've got a gun. Somebody's down.
You're allowed to have one though, right?
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely.
All right, index. I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm pretty proud of you right now, so I want to hear what you were thinking.
First thing that came to mind is get that distance. Absolutely.
Very good.
You know, it didn't escalate quite as quick, so I was able to get a little bit more distance. And then he didn't come after me, but he went after somebody else. Felt I needed to intervene.
Now you do realize that you shot a man in the back, right?
Yes.
Okay, why did you do that?
Because that's the target that presented itself.
What was going on?
He had already attacked somebody else and was going after the lady who went in the door.
Right, he was hitting somebody with a baseball bat,
Right.
and that's deadly force.
Yes.
All right. And then he turned after you shot him in the
Right.
back. You shot him some more. Why?
He wasn't down.
Shoot until the threat goes away,
Absolutely.
until the threat stops.
Absolutely.
But after he went down, did you shoot him anymore?
No.
Why not?
No reason to. He's not presenting a threat,
Good. All
and
right.
I may still need more ammunition if someone else decides to get involved.
How are you feeling right now?
A lot better than the first time for sure. Absolutely. Life is not a range. So
Right.
you've got to treat it like everything else, that you can't just stand there and shoot. You've got to think about other things that may happen.
Life is 360-degree environment.
Absolutely.
Okay, life is not going to be predictable. Quite often, life is more strange than TV.
Right.
All right, in a scenario like this, could happen so easily, and it could happen so fast. The way you react, what you do in those first few seconds, that first minute, are going to be very important to your survival and the survival of others around you.
Absolutely.
As an investigator, I'm going to ask you a question. I know it's a little soon after the incident, but for the sake of filming purposes, I got to ask you a question. Why didn't you just leave?
Because I felt I might need to do something to help somebody.
I'm all right with that. That's a good answer. Really good job.
Thank you so much.
Man, so much improvement.
Absolutely.